What's going on, peeps? My name is MrRhexx and we are back with some more Dragon Age. On the last episode we entered the village of Redcliffe and we found out that apparently there are monsters that are attacking the village every night. And Bantigan here told us that apparently this night is bound to be the hardest one so far. So we decided to help them out, see if we can help secure the village, improve our fortifications here, and somehow help the militia man, and we'll talk to the mayor and see how we can actually do that.
You know, we don't have the men we need, and their numbers just keep growing each night.
Well, sure, they take the dead and they, you know...
I don't want to think about that.
I guess this might be the last night after all. The king isn't coming. Nobody is.
So what can we do? Leave? Try to get out of the village?
And abandon everyone? No, we fight.
We've no other choice.
That's right. Fight we shall. So it looks like they're not very inspired, and it's gonna be up to us to do that. Let's see how we can do it.
So you're the Grey Warden, are you? I heard they all died with the king.
Huh, I'm sure that's not all you heard. You probably heard that we also killed the king.
Could be that I did. We aren't gonna turn aside anyone who wants to help, though. Don't take me for being an ingrate or nothing.
Well, we do want to help however we can. You can trust us.
Name's Murdoch, mayor of what's left of the village, providing we aren't all killed and hauled off to the castle tonight.
Jesus, let's have some faith here. Good man, we will defeat this evil together.
I hope you're right. I've been trying to hold us together, but it isn't easy. Anyhow, you're here, and they tell me you're in charge.
I want you all to listen to that very carefully once more.
I've been trying to hold us together, but it isn't easy. Anyhow, you're here.
You notice the voice change? What's up with that? Like, look, guys, I love Dragon Age. I really do. This is my favorite game of all time. No, probably second to Pokemon Blue. I probably said that multiple times already, but this is ridiculous. How can this happen and nobody like fix this? Whatever. So how's morale?
Morale's about what you'd expect. These men aren't soldiers. They're villagers defending their homes, and they're frightened. It would help if we had decent equipment. There weren't enough swords in Owen's shop, and the men's armor is nearly falling off. I don't think we're in any shape to fight. We'll do our best, of course, but, well, I have my doubts. I just hope I'm alive tomorrow morning.
So as you do quests around this village, the answers for this question is going to change. So after we do everything, we'll come back here and ask him how's the morale of the militiamen, and you'll see it change, which I think is kind of interesting. I do have some questions though.
Oh? Ask away.
And ask away I shall. I want to discuss why have you been stationed here?
We're the last defenders of them folks in the Chantry. The women, elderly, and the children. They're the ones we need to protect. No matter what happens, we can't let them evil things in there. If they die, the village is done.
I see. So tell me what happened here, in your own version.
Don't rightly know. We heard the Arl was sick and getting worse, but after a while we heard nothing at all. A few folks went up to the castle to see what was going on. They couldn't get in. Nobody was there, not a soul. And then those horrid creatures attacked the village. They were everywhere, people dying. It was awful. Good thing Bantigan was here.
Good thing indeed. Well, let's want to discuss something else.
All right.
I want to ask, what can I do to help?
We need what little armor and weapons we got repaired, and quickly, or half of us will be fighting without either. Owen's the only blacksmith who can do it, but the stubborn fool refuses to even talk. If we're to be ready for tonight, we'll need that crotchety bastard's help.
Interesting. Why wouldn't he talk to you?
His daughter, Valena, is one of the Alessa's maids, so he hasn't heard from her since this whole business started. He demanded we attack the castle, break down the gate, and force our way in. I said it was impossible, but he wouldn't listen. He's locked himself in the smithy now. I can't force him to do repairs. He said he'd rather die first.
Interesting, we're gonna have to change that, have a little conversation with him. And I'm guessing nobody else can do this repairs, right?
Not by nightfall, and not well enough that I'd be happy to test it in combat. If there were others, don't you think I'd ask them?
Yeah, alright, let's not get aggressive here. Is there anything else you need? Anything else I can do?
We could use some extra bodies. Having a veteran like Dwin in the militia would help a lot, but he flat out refuses.
Who is he?
He's a trader, a dwarf, lives near the lake. Locked himself up in his home with some of his workers, he has. Says he doesn't need any of us. We could use somebody with his fighting experience, but he won't come out.
Alright, so it seems like we have two options here. Carry on then.
Right. Let's hope we see morning.
Fantastic, so we do have two options here that we can use to increase the morale of these people. We have to find Owen the blacksmith and see if we can convince him to make some weapons and armor for the people here. And find Dwyn and convince him to fight for us, because apparently he's a veteran and having him here in the army would bolster the morale of the people. Now, the choice of words of morale is not actually a coincidence. There is a morale system for this mission. There is a maximum of 4 morale points that we can get, and the more morale, the more powerful our militiaman will get. Now, why is that important? You might be asking yourself, hey, I'm strong enough, I'm playing on easy, I can do this. I'm not actually playing on easy, but hey, I'm playing on easy, I could totally do this. I don't need the help of my militiaman, I could kill all of the zombies myself. Okay, true. Thing is, people can actually die. Marduk can die, Sir Perth, which is the knight at the top of the hill, he can die too. Honestly, every person you have here could die, and whoever you conscript could die if you don't protect them well enough and if they don't have enough morale. As I said, there's a maximum of 4 morale that you can get. If you get them above 2, they would be considered high morale. If you get them below 2, or -2, they would be considered low morale. So yeah, you can actually lose morale if you make the wrong choices, and I'll make sure to cover those as we go. Anyways, let's first see if we can find this Dwyn guy and convince him to come over to our militiaman group and help us fight. He's here. The door is locked and looks like it has been recently repaired. Knock on the door. No response. Hello. No one answers your call. Let's try lockpicking it. You failed to pick the lock. It is now hopelessly jammed. My level is not high enough. Let's break it. And there we go. Let's enter.
Wonderful. Intruders. I hope you have a good reason for breaking and entering into my home.
Whoa, gee, sorry, I apologize. I didn't mean no harm.
Apology accepted. The name's Dwyn. Pleased to meet you. Now get out.
Whoa, not so quickly. Look, Mordok says he needs you for the militia.
So what? You recruiting for him? I'll tell you what I told Murdoch. I'm not risking my neck for this town.
Oh, come on. Look, this is the part, guys, where you can intimidate him. There is a way in which we can persuade him, so I'm not going to intimidate him, because as I said, I'm going to be a good guy. Is there any way I can change your mind?
Maybe. Let's hear what you've got.
You got 2 options, guys. You can either give him 1 sovereign, which is 1 gold, or you can persuade him now. I'll put in a good word for you with Bantegan or the Arl.
You might just be able to pull that off. Fine. I'll throw in with the militia. For now. You better be out there too when the sun goes down. I'm not fighting for a lost cause, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. This this quests might seem a little bit too easy, but you have to remember the fact that my coercion level is very, very high. I also happen to be a rogue, which is my conning is very high, so these conversations tend to go easy on me, but for the normal player, they might not. So you might have to actually bribe them in order to get them to do the job. One thing though, and I want to make this very clear, guys, make sure that he doesn't die in the war. If you really don't want him, or if you want to take the chance, you can just simply not conscript him for the battle, because you will need him later for a quest later on. I don't really want to spoil it yet, but you do need him, so make sure that he doesn't die. It's very important. Anyway, so we have 1 point of morale for our militiaman, which is fantastic. Let's see if we can get the second one. Let's talk to Owen.
Go away. Curse you. Leave me in peace. You've already taken everything out of my stores. There's nothing left.
Oh, hey. Is this Owen the blacksmith? I need to speak to you.
Huh? Who is that? What do you want? I've been through enough.
He's obviously very, very sad. I need to talk about the repairs for the militia.
That's so. Well, if Murdoch wants more weapons, you can give him the same answer I did. He can make them himself.
Jeez, this guy is not very open to negotiations. Please, I just want to talk to you.
All right. But I don't know why you're so determined. Here, I'll get the locks.
Alright, let's go in.
All right.
Maker's breath. What is that smell? It's like someone set a brewery on fire.
Somebody's been drinking.
So I let you in. You wanted to talk. Now we're talking. Mind telling me who you are?
I'm Aiden, a Grey Warden helping Bantegan.
A Grey Warden, is it? It takes all kinds. Anyhow, my name's Owen, though you might already know that. Care to join me as I get besotted? Or is there something in particular you wanted?
Well, what I want is to help the militia, and apparently you're the only respectable blacksmith in this area, and we seriously need your help.
Why should I help Murdoch when he won't help me? My girl, Valena, is one of the Alessa's maids, and she's trapped up there in the castle, but the mayor won't send anyone for her. She's been my life since my wife passed on 2 years ago. Now she's dead, or soon to be. I don't care what happens to me or the village, or anyone!
That's not a nice thing to say, sir. Huh. So you intend to drink yourself to death?
Why not? It's not like we're going to live past the night anyhow. Or are you going to save us?
Well, that's the plan.
Is that so? Maybe it's the drink talking, but you almost sound like you believe that. Tell you what. If you want me to do repairs for Murdoch and his men, promise me you'll go into the castle and find my daughter.
Alright, I'll do my best.
Not good enough. Murdoch said the same damned thing, and I didn't believe him either.
You were asking a great deal, you wretched little man.
I want a promise. Promise me that you'll look for her. That you'll bring her back to me if you can.
Alright, sir, I promise.
I'll accept that. It's something to hope for, at least.
Oh, lovely. Shall we next begin rescuing kittens from trees?
Right then. It seems I have some work to do relighting the forge, and I suppose I'll have to find some iron. Maybe at the mill. Murdoch just better send his men here as soon as possible if I'm gonna get to all these repairs and get them done by nightfall. If you need anything done, well, just let me know. I've got a lot to do now, so you'll have to excuse me.
And there you have it, boys. We have another point of morale for the people, which is great. If the conversation goes bad, you can actually get to kill this guy. Like this.
Or we could just leave him alone. He's just a drunk old man who wants his daughter back. Is that so terrible?
If the need to kill me overwhelms you, go ahead. It's quicker than the drink, or the monsters.
Or how about we don't? Old man, harmless, drunk, any of these things ring a bell? True. I did hear that.
Time for one last drink. No. Oh well.
We have done well.
So there you go, you can kill him. If you do, however, you do get a -1 morale boost for the people. However, that can be circumvented by doing this.
Hey, I see you found my hiding place. I stuck some old equipment in there before Murdoch could get his hands on it.
You can actually find this secret stash and get it.
I don't think there's anything you'll need in there. But it's hard to say. I was in a bit of a rush when I filled it up.
Huh, couldn't the militia use this?
Not if I'm going to repair the equipment they have. That stuff is old anyhow. Yeah, let me open it for you. I have the key.
And there we have it, boys. We get a couple of items. They're all really tier 1 items, right? Tier 1, yeah. So it's not that impressive. You can use it to sell, get some money out of it. But the important thing, though, is that if you do kill Owen, you can find this hidden stash here and use this in exchange for Owen. The old equipment can be used on the militiamen, and it'll give them a point of morale, though it'll be obviously negated by the -1 that you got from killing Owen, but it's just a way to neutralize it so you can kill Owen if you want without, you know, taking a negative point in morale. And why would you want to do that, you might be asking? Well, if you kill Owen, he's actually replaced by a different blacksmith, and that different blacksmith happens to have better items than Owen does, so there's actually a good reason for you to kill him. Especially so if you have Liliana like me, if you want her to be a bow girl, or if you're a bowman yourself. The other blacksmith sells really, really good bows, so, you know, tip, do that if you want. Alternatively speaking, if you don't want to be bad, you can keep him alive, and then once you go and save the daughter, you can choose to not save her. You know, simply just don't find her, and come back to him and tell him that you didn't find her, so she's probably dead. He'll end up hanging himself, killing himself, and he will be replaced by the other blacksmith. So there you go, boys. Let's go ahead and leave this place. Now we have 2 points of morale, which is great. We're doing fantastic, so why don't we go and get some more? There's a couple of items, I guess, that I can get. Oh, you can actually finish the quest right now, but, you know, I wouldn't do that. We want to get some morale and get some more stuff done. We can open this chest here, which is great. Gives us some experience. There's also some places that we can explore around. This bridge here triggers a conversation, so let's see what it is.
So tell me something, Morrigan. Did you live there in that forest your entire life?
I left it on occasion, but I always returned. Why? Is that so strange? It was my home.
But it was just you and your mother there? No one else?
Mother occasionally had company.
What? Company? Do I even want to ask?
No, you really don't.
Oh boy. There's a lot of stories about Morrigan's mother that is told by conversations with actors, and I love them all. Anyways, let's go grab the death root. There's really nothing else here. Just that, I just wanted you guys to listen to the conversation. Whenever you pass that bridge, sometimes it doesn't happen, but most of the time it'll trigger a conversation, so it's always nice to do it. Let's see if it happens again. Apparently not. Alright, we're good. There is a codex here that I want to get. We enter that house already in the last episode. That's Cailan's home, where we got the dragon killing sword. That's Dwayne's home. This is a general sword. We'll go there later on tomorrow's episode. For now, the only reason that I want to come here for is for the codex that you can find here. Lake Cailan had no swimming. I don't know why anyone would. And there you have it. Lake Cailan had, fantastic. Cailan had used to be a king back from the old days. I believe he's the one that united Ferelden when all that we were pretty much just like a bunch of, you know, kings ruling their own forts. He pretty much conquered them all and made Ferelden a singular kind of group of people, probably better organized and whatnot. But that's it for down here, though. There's not much else. I do want to complete one of the quests that we found back in Lothern. If you guys remember, the Blackstone Irregulars asked us to go around the world and conscript some of the people that they had contracts with so that they would go and battle for them in the front lines, and you can find one of them here. This guy.
Yes? What can I do for you?
I have a letter from you, from the Blackstone Irregulars.
I knew this time would come. I should have listened to my wife. Don't sign that paper, she said. They might pay you a few sovereigns now, but they'll be back. Blast. I'll see you on the front lines, I suppose.
I suppose so. Goodbye, sir. There's a codex here, I believe. Yes, it is. Fantastic Ballad of Iolite. And there's also a chest here, but we won't be able to open it.
All right.
We don't have the conning.
I could do that for you.
Oh, yeah. So Shield's gonna tell you that she can do it for me, but she doesn't... She doesn't have the skill either. It's very important to know that now that I told you guys before that this is where the game opens, so you can go really anywhere in the world now, and because of that, the requirements for coercion and lockpicking skills for doors and chests open up a lot, which means that we're gonna find chests that we can't open yet. We're still only 2 levels into the lockpicking tree, so, you know, there's still a ways to go. Our cunning is also pretty low. Anyways, we're gonna enter the bar. There's another morale point that we can get there, but before that, a lot of people have been wondering, how the hell do you get that chest? You guys see that? It's like a chest over there. A lot of people have been asking, how do you get that? And the answer is simple. There's like a little road here. It's very hard to see, but you can actually kind of sneak your way past here, and then you just follow the hill. It's pretty simple. It's a little hard to see at first, but we won't be able to open the chest yet, but you can get this.
Allow me.
There you go. Yeah, she's gonna say that she can do it, but she can't. She's useless. No, she's not. She's awesome. But there you go. Now you know. We will have to come back here later, so you guys are gonna have to remind me. Come here later when I have a better lockpicking skill. Otherwise, we will forget about it. I don't want that to happen. Anyways, let's go to the bar, to the tavern, because there's some stuff we gotta do here. So we got Vela, we got Lloyd, we got Berwick, and we got some militiamen here. Who do we want to talk first? Let's talk to Berwick.
Not looking for company.
Well, I'm not that type of company. Shouldn't you be with the militia?
Why? I don't live here.
Then who are you?
I'm not here to talk.
There's something about this man's demeanor. I don't know.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
But you do, don't you? I know spy when I see one.
Look, I don't know you, and I don't want to. I'm not... I mean, I was just told to... I mean, just leave me alone.
Guys, depending who you choose for your missions, your companions, it'll make your mission either easier or harder. It's a choice that you have to make. For example, just by having Liliana here, it pretty much saves me time with this quest, because she automatically sees right through him and notices that he's a spy. Otherwise, I would have to talk to a lot of people here in the bar to, like, ask them questions about this elf sitting here in the corner, and then they would tell me that, yeah, he's a little bit suspicious, and then I would have to kind of use my intuition or my cunning or my persuasion to find out that he's actually one. But just by having Liliana here, it makes it a lot easier on me. This actually applies a lot in the game. For example, if we had Stan during this whole mission, it would be a massive pain in the ass, because just like Morrigan, see, we're trying to save this village, but Morrigan disagrees. She just believes it's a waste of time. We shouldn't just be helping people wherever we go. She's just mean like that, I guess. Well, Stan is worse. Stan is a lot worse. He would be losing approval like crazy by doing this mission with us, which is a big reason why I didn't bring him here. Have that in mind. You know, whoever you bring here to your missions will make a lot of difference. For example, if you're on a romantic relationship with Liliana, remember that on the last episode I kissed the girl in the chantry. If you're on a romantic relationship with Liliana, she's gonna get a massive minus to her approval, of course, right? It makes sense. Same thing with Morrigan if you're in a relationship with her, so, you know, have that in mind. You could also choose to, if you're in a relationship with Liliana, you could just leave her and camp and then do all the kisses and all the flirty stuff that you want, and she wouldn't take any impact. So it only affects her if she's actually with you, so have that in mind. If you're gonna cheat, make sure that your love is not there with you, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Jesus. Anyways, what do you mean? What were you told to do?
Nothing. Nobody told me to do anything. Just because you're a Grey Warden doesn't mean you can go around threatening people.
And how do you know I'm a Grey Warden?
I just, overheard it, that's all. If you'll excuse me, I want to get to the chantry before the sun goes down.
Uh-huh. This will be easier if you just tell me what you're hiding.
But I never... Oh, all right, I'll tell you. Just don't hurt me. This is more than I bargained for. Look, they just paid me to watch the castle and send word if anything should change. But they never said anything about monsters. I haven't even been able to report anything since this started. I'm stuck, same as you, I swear.
Uh-huh. So who are they? Who hired you to do this?
A tall fellow. I forget his name. He, said he was working for Hal. Arl Rendon Hal. He's an important man, Terran Loghain's right hand. So I didn't do anything wrong.
That douchebag! He's the guy that betrayed our family, took over our castle in Highever, and killed my mom and dad. That's Arl Rendenhow, that snake. So what are you supposed to watch the castle for?
Just to report any changes, honest. All I could send word about was the Arl getting sick. After that, monsters started coming from the castle.
So, do you know how this happened? Tell me now.
I don't know anything about these creatures. When the Arl got sick, I got scared that people would think I was involved. But I swear I don't know anything about it. They sent me to watch. Maybe they knew the Arl would get sick. I don't know.
How can I trust anything you say?
Here, this is a letter from them. It has instructions and everything. Keep it. Do whatever you want with it. I just thought I was serving the king and making a bit of coin on the side. You have to believe me.
Alright, now we can kill him if we want to, but I think you should help defend Redcliffe tonight.
Oh, All right, I'll do it. Thank you for your mercy. I won't forget it.
Yeah, no problemo, compadre. And there you have it. Let's go ahead and read the letter ourselves, actually. We need your eyes and ears in Redcliffe. Stay in the village. Keep your head down and watch the castle. Report any changes and you'll be well paid. So yeah, it's a small letter by Howe. So there's something happening. It seems like somehow Loghain and Howe are involved with what's happening, though. We'll have to see what it is in the future. Let's go ahead and talk to Vela, actually.
Another doomed soul come to drown their sorrows here, I see. If you came here for a drink, you'll have to talk to Lloyd. He's got a vice grip on the spigots. I'm just here to keep the boys from mutiny.
Huh, interesting. So, how's business here?
What business? Without the castle soldiers, the only customers we have are local. And they're all in the militia with no money to spend. The few with any money are here, but it's not enough to justify working. Lloyd's a greasy pig. And if I didn't need this job so badly,
So you don't care for Lloyd, I take it.
He gropes me and pays me next to nothing. But I suppose it could be worse. Not like I've got many options.
Oh, jeez. A pretty girl like you should be able to do better.
Oh, you think I'm pretty, do you?
Well, of course. Look, so pretty, in fact, that I could help you leave if you wanted to.
You mean after the fighting's over? I'd really like that. What would I have to do in return?
Oh, I guess would do. Maybe a smile.
You're a rare one, you are, making me laugh with this blackness hanging over our heads. I tell you what, sweetie. You make it through the night, and you'll get your kiss. Make her bless you. I'll kiss every man in the village if we survive!
Hurrah! 3 cheers for Bella!
Whoa, interesting. Now, shouldn't you be in the chantry, though?
Later on, yes. Lloyd will lock himself in the cellar, and I'll go to the chantry. Are you fighting tonight?
Yes, I am.
That's good to hear. I didn't know that.
Alright, well, I should go.
Keep safe.
So that's Vela. She's kind of an awesome character. I love her so much. So apparently Lloyd has been groping her and harassing her. A greasy pig. He does look like a greasy pig. But what's this? A graffiti? Haha. This, I think, is just hilarious, actually. Don't eat the cheese. Scratch into the bar of Redcliffe's tavern. Let's make sure not to do that. Anyways, see what the militia men have to say.
I can't believe Lloyd won't even give us some free ale. A time like this, and all he thinks about is turning a profit.
Did you expect any different? That bastard's always been cheaper than an tea from the hall.
Here we are defending the village, and he don't even have the decency to help us out.
Oh boy. Well, he's charging you. That's outrageous.
You're telling me? We're just trying to survive. And here he is, making a profit.
What difference does it make? He won't care.
It's very important to have this conversation here. If you don't have this conversation, then you can't get the last, or I guess it's the semi-last point of morale boost. So make sure to talk to them. Just because they're militiamen, it looks like you can't really talk to them, but you can, so it's very important. Anyways, Lloyd.
Hello there, friend. Can't say we've ever met before. Stranger to the village, I take it. Haven't had many travelers lately. All this nonsense is bad for business. Bet you regret coming, yes?
No, actually not at all.
Brave words. Brave words. Well, we'll see when night falls, won't we? So, what'll it be? You are here to drink, I hope?
Not actually. I just kind of heard around that you're charging the militia for ale.
Why shouldn't I? They may not have much coin, but I'm not giving it away for free.
But you know how much goodwill you will earn if you were to.
I never thought of that. Maybe I could try it for a bit. Right then, you men over there. Drinks are on the house. All militia drink for free.
Oh, you're a saint, Lloyd. Ha ha!
If them creatures don't kill me, I swear they'll bleed me dry. Something else I can get for you?
And that's the third point of morale boost that we can get. There's one last one that I'll get to in just a bit. Let's ask him who he is, though.
Name's Lloyd. So, why'd you come to the village now? The roads can't be all that safe, not with a war brewing.
Actually, I came here to see Arl Eamon.
Well, you must have been mighty surprised. He's not exactly talkative these days, eh? Something else I can get for you?
Actually, I would like you to answer me some questions.
Fine. Make them quick.
I shall do that. Now, why aren't you fighting? Help defend the village.
Why? When them creatures attack, I lock myself in the cellar, just batten the hatches and wait it out. What's the point in getting myself killed with all the rest of them? If that makes me a coward, then I'm a coward.
The only way to actually make this guy help the village is by intimidating them. There's no actual normal good guy persuasion mode here, so I'm gonna have to be evil for this one. Either die fighting in the militia, or die now. Your choice.
But Van Tegan said we didn't have to. He said... Fine, I'll go. But all of this better be here when I get back. I don't want the place drunk out from under me. Blasted bloody...
And there you go, interesting. There's a lot of options here in this conversation, but before that I want to talk a little bit about intimidation and persuasion since I'm on it. I just want you guys to keep in mind that intimidation gets bonuses from strength and persuasion gets bonuses from cunning, so it does matter which one you choose. It's not just about, you know, your own kind of sense of morale. It does make a difference gameplay wise, so that's very important. But there's also, I didn't want to do it this way because there's other ways of doing it, but if you intimidate him enough, you can actually make him give you a share of the tavern, if not just giving you the tavern in its entirety, which I think is kind of interesting, and then you can get the ability to buy things from the tavern for free, which I think is kind of cool. But this is the other way of doing it. You can send him to battle, and if you do that, then this happens.
I see you got that bastard Lloyd to join the militia. It's about time he did something to help out. I guess this puts me in charge. Poor Lloyd will have an apoplexy just thinking about it, eh?
Apoplexy, that's a pretty interesting word. But anyways, you see, now I can ask her to show me some supplies.
Fair enough. Let me see what Lloyd stored in the back. You can help yourself.
And everything is for free. So this also happens if you choose to have him give you part of the business, which is an option, as I said before. He gets everything, or he gives you everything for free, but you can also do this, and you also get everything for free, which is fantastic. So let me just go ahead and pick everything real quick. It's pretty good. The wine is a gift for a person we haven't gotten yet, but it's nice to get it. But anyways, there you go. So that's all we can do here for now. I don't know if there's anything here. I didn't... nope. Okay, good. I guess we're at, boys. We're pretty much done here, so why don't we go talk to MrRhexx and get the last point of morale boost. And we can finally finish this episode, boys. It was a good episode. I'm pretty happy with this episode. We did a lot. Kinda happy about it. Let's see if this guy says something. No? Sometimes they say something. Huh. Too bad.
I hear you got the tavern serving the militia free ale now. While I don't favor my men being drunk come sundown, I suppose it helps morale to have their minds taken off what's to come. You have my thanks. Well, it looks like Owen's finally doing the repairs we need. The damn fool is falling over drunk and still manages to make smithying look easy. Good enough, I say. I'll inform Bantegan the militia is ready to fight. We'll give those bastards a welcome they won't soon forget.
Exactly. We're not only ready, MrRhexx. Oh, I call him MrRhexx. Murdoch, we're ready to win.
I hope you're right. We may just be village folk, but we're going to fight like there's no tomorrow.
That's the option that you need to choose if you want to get the last point of morality. Morale. I can't speak. I should end the episode now. I'm just getting tired again, I guess. But there were two persuasion options that we had when we talked to Murdoch. I believe you have to activate the two of them to get the last morale boost, so that's important. It's either that or just one of them. I'm not sure which one, but just to make sure, just get both of them and then you get both morale options. So it's great. We have them all. Fantastic. Now, I want to ask him, how's morale?
The men's spirits are high for now. Far better than I expected, to be honest. Dwin's presence makes the men a bit more confident. It helps to know a veteran is on our side tonight. My men are getting free drinks at the tavern. I suppose it's better to drown your fears rather than go mad waiting for certain death. I'm tempted to have a few ales myself. Since you convinced Owen to start repairs, we're pretty well armed now. That is a relief, let me tell you. Overall, I'd say the militia's very ready to fight. Never thought I'd say that, but there you go. Is there anything else?
No, I think I'm ready to speak to Sir Perth.
You'll find him and his men at the mill by the bridge, to the north. I have a good feeling about tonight.
So as you can see, we totally changed the way he thinks about this war, and that's pretty much what we did. Increase the morale of everyone, which is fantastic. One last thing I want to tell you, if you're into stealing, see, you can actually steal from the people that you conscript twice in this mission. You can steal from Berwick when he's up at the tavern, and you can steal from him again when he's down here, because it resets his inventory, which is cool. You can do that also for Duen, and you can do that for really anyone that you conscript, which is cool. Anyways, guys, hope you all enjoyed this episode. It was a pretty good episode. I like it. Let's see if we can get another conversation before we go.
I'm wondering, Morrigan, do you believe in the Maker?
Certainly not. I've no primitive fear of the moon, such that I must place my faith in tales so that I may sleep at night.
But this can't all be an accident. Spirits, magic, all these wondrous things around us, both dark and light. You know these things exist.
The fact of their existence does not presuppose an intelligent design by some absentee father figure.
So it is all random then. A happy coincidence that we are all here.
Attempting to impose order over chaos is futile. Nature is, by its very nature, chaotic.
I don't believe that. I believe we have a purpose. All of us.
Yours, apparently, being to bother me.